Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz has certainly made a vivid first impression. The freshman senator is being accused in the mainstream media of McCarthyism, self-promotion, and all kinds of other things. Chief Political Correspondent Carl Cameron takes a look.
Freshman lawmaker Ted Cruz, the state's first Hispanic U.S. senator, is getting more press than most of his veteran colleagues in the Senate, and much of it's hypercritical. Under the headline, the GOP's nasty newcomer, the New York Times has dubbed him a, quote, ornery, swaggering piece of work. In 2 short months, this Tea Party favorite has earned a reputation for keeping his campaign promises and voting for strict fiscal discipline.
I don't think what Washington needs is more compromise. I think what Washington needs is more common sense and more principle.
He opposed Sandy disaster relief, insisting it should have been paid for with offsetting spending cuts. He voted against a related flood insurance bill for the same reason. He was one of only 3 no votes against John Kerry for Secretary of State, who was approved overwhelmingly. And during Chuck Hagel's confirmation process to be Defense Secretary, Cruz expressed alarm at Iran's support for Hagel's nomination and wondered aloud if Hagel had ever been paid by foreign governments, including North Korea.
I don't know if Mr. Hagel has received funds directly or indirectly from foreign sources, from extreme sources, but his refusal to provide disclosure, I think, is highly troubling.
Senator Cruz has gone over the line. He basically has impugned the patriotism of the nominee.
Cruz denies that, insisting he was only asking questions. Even fellow Republican John McCain, who vehemently opposes Hagel's nomination, didn't buy it.
Senator Hagel is an honorable man. He has served his country, and no one on this committee in any time should impugn his character or his integrity.
That only served to precipitate a more aggressive liberal piling on of Cruz.
This kind of innuendo and guilt by association, it reminds us of another senator, Senator Joe McCarthy.
Democrats see Cruz as a threat to their hammerlock on minority voters and hope to marginalize him as a reckless right-wing rube. Cruz, whose father was tortured in Castro's Cuba, is seen by supporters as a charismatic Hispanic graduate of Princeton and Harvard Law, who clerked for Chief Justice William Rehnquist and can help the GOP appeal to more minorities. Cruz has made his presence felt in a very short time by U.S. Senate standards. All the attacks are proof of his short-term impact, but it's way too early to figure out what's going to happen in 6 years, whether it hurts or helps. And right now, liberals are blasting him, and that's only adding to an awful lot of pre-existing buzz about what was already the debut of an important Latino senator and Republican conservative in the U.S. Senate, Bret.
All right, Carl, thank you. So what do you think of Senator